Hello, everyone. Welcome back. The Psychic Tarot Show with Ashala here on the Beyond Mystic YouTube and Rumble channel. Every Saturday, we are gathering together to focus in with the intention of looking at a forecast for this upcoming week. So, hasn't it been extraordinary? I say it every week. It always seems to be that week in and week out. We have just had in the last 24 hours, not quite 24 hours ago, not quite 12 hours ago. Is that right? Gosh, it seems like days since the solar eclipse. Please jump on in the comments. Hi, Jim and Bobby and DeGrace, DigiBeans, Sarah, Tarot by Lupo. Lovely to see you all. If you want to jump on and let us know here, here out in Western North America, it was still pitch dark and we did not see the solar eclipse. Let us know if you saw the eclipse and how that was for you. I have really gone down the rabbit hole with this particular eclipse. And what I mean by that is I was like tuning in with some Vedic astrology, and I discovered, wow, this particular eclipse is what is considered the most powerful, of course, that we have had, the most powerful solar eclipse we've had since the spring of 1962. Now that really caught my attention because guess what? I was born in the spring of 1962. So I was like, what? Are you serious? Yeah. So I'm sure Meg can tell us a lot more about this phenomena, but it sort of activated something in me where I was like, okay, there's a relevance. I've done my forecast for myself for this upcoming year, and I saw some very, let's just say, very dynamic, contrasting things over the next 3 months. So, sort of like April, May, June, and part of July of this year. I was like, ooh, oh my, yikes. And I've been really working on kind of learning about what this is about. And when I learned about this particular eclipse, how it's going to sort of start to roll out over these next few months, and how profound it is about like literally a new start for humanity, I got it. And I was like, okay, I'm going to do my very best to get in alignment with what that looks like. So we're going to see how what I've started doing as of yesterday. I got up at exactly the hour, the exact minute that the clip started, and I did prayers and meditation for an entire hour while it was doing its thing. And I can feel for myself that this will be probably one of the most profound 3 or 4 months of my life since I was born. And that was pretty profound, which is another long story. But anyway, before we get started here, of course, as always, I'm going to remind you to like, share, and subscribe right here at the Beyond Mystic YouTube channel. We're coming to you live there. And also follow us on Rumble and X channels. Awesome. Look at all the great stuff coming up. You can find me for personal consultation over here at the Beyond Mystic Consultations page. You can use the coupon code on the banner below to get a 10% discount. I believe I'm pretty filled up for next week, but I do have some openings in the following week. So let's jump to it and see about how our collective guides are bringing our attention to how this week is different from all the other weeks because we've just gone through this portal. And if you didn't really mark that in a meaningful way, it's definitely not too late to do that. So we can talk a little bit about that. Yeah. Schumann resonance was power 60 recently. Yeah. I heard that in conjunction with this solar eclipse, we had a tremendous amount of solar activity. And, what I've learned about this particular little eclipse season, which of course it goes on, I think it's like the ripples can be felt for a year and a half, but the real impactful part is about 3 months. So it goes from basically today, March 29th to May 29th, which happens to be my birthday. So, yeah, we're in this very, very interesting kind of cocoon phase, which what I learned about is that on some level, it could feel in a way, I want to say internally uncomfortable and yet also really transformative. And then on the outside, it's sort of like really important that we don't get pulled off of this energetic activation that's been available to us. Like so many of us, it's almost like what I'm getting is if you were at the conference, we got to sort of pre-activate and set a tone that's really going to help us through this next 3-month period to stay in that heart frequency. And what I learned about this particular eclipse too, and then I promise I'll stop talking about it, but what I learned about it is that okay, we're like, oh, we're so sick of, oh, it's a big astrological energy, and oh, we got to do all this work, and oh, the good stuff is still a little further ahead. What I really observed and learned about this particular window is the work we do now is supercharged. It is like whatever we do in the next 3 months is like literally ricocheting through time. Like nothing before this in our entire lives has had the impact that this next 3 months will have. It is like everything you do, everything counts. Everything you put in that side of like, yeah, I'm doing healing. I'm staying in my heart. I'm up leveling the frequency. I'm doing a lot of clearing. I'm making good boundaries. I'm doing good communication. And I'm standing up for truth. It's all of these things are going to be worth so much more in terms of what energy the effect they have than ever before. So that's kind of exciting. I feel like it's pretty exciting. A little bit daunting maybe in terms of like, well, I don't want to, do bad stuff and pull the energy down. I feel like let's see what the cards say about how we actualize this. And I just discovered, you'll be happy to know, there we go. I reminded myself, I found the one where I can make the cards big again, and it was right beside the one that I've been using the last couple of weeks. So there we go. We're starting off again. We have been popped up a level. We've been lifted out of a very intensive, I want to say, locked in karmic frequency. And many of you might feel this energetically. Please mention in the comments if you do feel this, that it's like something has shifted. You can't identify exactly what it is, but something feels like you're at a higher level. And really remind yourself of this. And I think about, Jay Widener's presentation about the cycles of the ages at the conference, and how we're reminding ourselves that even if things outside look similar to other historical times, we are at a different part. We're not going down to the bottom of the barrel anymore or hitting the rock bottom. We're not on our way down. We're on our way up from rock bottom. So it's if we can keep looking up, looking out, right? This is that high vantage point. Like take the high road basically, and we're the warriors that are designed to do that. Okay, let's keep going here. That is in our house of self, the ego, the personality, 2 of Wands, another wand. Now, this is interesting because the guides are showing me this Ace of Wands, which is a very positive card as well. Look at all that new growth, springtime, activation in the house of resources and security. So, what I'm hearing is like we're getting a nudge from spirit. It's just a little bit like prodding us. Come on, don't get complacent here. Really keep going with your activations around how do we create, how do we start trading and exchanging in new currencies? How do we stay on track with our financial shifting, starting new, having a new outlook with finances, starting from scratch in a new way. So we're moving things to alternative currency platforms. And they just keep saying, keep refreshing things, keep the energy moving. If we go down into the, oh, I've got to lock myself in and be, worried and hang on to everything I've got, this is the opposite of that. This is saying, keep priming the pump because we're going somewhere here with a new type of security, a new type of finance, a new type of currency. And a lot of times people, a lot of our community have been waiting for the payouts. They've been waiting for, to receive the funding that we've been promised. I've been getting for all the years that I've been doing this, that it's a call and response as we activate and almost like show that we are already taking the initiative to do the new paradigm, the new systems, the new currencies, the new frequency, then it starts to flow back our way. All right. Wow. Great, 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 great. We are in the mood. So this was in the house of Taurus, security, resources. This is in the house of Gemini, the mind. Our guides, I'm hearing them say, I don't mind. I don't mind. If you find yourself getting tricked into anxiety pretzel knots or let's just say frustration, mental frustration, just go, I don't mind. It's like a great little mantra. I've got work to do. I don't mind. Like, in other words, be gone thoughts that are non-productive. I don't mind. Right now, yeah, keep busy. Keep your hands busy. Keep productive this week, and it will take your mind off all the ways that we are being. This is sort of like, to me, it's like last temptations the next 3 months to pull our minds into that fear frequency. And and there's no shame in being pulled in there. We all have and do and probably will continue, likely for a lot of our lives, because we've been programmed so heavily for generations. But we know how to override that in the moment. And the more you do that, the less hold it has on you. We talked last week about deprogramming, getting unbrainwashed. This feels a lot like we're going to stay productive this week. And if you find yourself going into your mind and getting, into that worry and fear and whatever, just do something productive. And maybe not so much on the computer, maybe not so much in the virtual ideological thinking realm, but in the material realm. Because when you're busy doing the heavy lifting, it's hard to have your mind rolling around with all of these concerns, right? Yeah, Jenny's saying, very Aries, stay productive. Very Aries, right? The sun has moved into the sign of Aries, and this is productivity. Okay. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Ouchie, ouchie, ouchie. Sorry, folks. So I'm hearing in the home front, cat on a hot tin roof. Whoa, it's there's volatility in the home front. And again, this is the static coming through the airwaves. There's a lot of, let's just say, the frequency of trying to get us pulled onto the stream of anxiety. What's left of the dark force is doing everything in its power to destabilize us, and especially around our homes, our families, our home relationships, with our children, with our parents, especially our mothers. This is a very there's a volatility this week. So how do we work with that? Let's see, when we get around the wheel to the top, what's across from what's on either side of it. How do we support this so we don't get pulled down into that? Yeah, you're going to have to put on your, they're saying your raincoat. You're going to have to put on your frequency protecting armor at home. And now, interesting, if you live alone, because even your home could feel somehow like negatively charged this week. So again, it's almost like you're fixating on the things that are worrying you about your home. Like, this isn't right. This isn't working. I don't like this anymore. Why is this? I got too much stuff. All of those things. It's almost like home is just volatile. Whatever home means is a bit volatile this week. Okay. Oh, thank goodness we've got some really great things. It's like, knowing this, you can know if you start having those thoughts and going, oh my gosh, nothing's right. I don't like my home or my family, or, they're saying, let's focus somewhere else this week. Just don't start building big stories about that, because it's probably not going to last. And again, it's not entirely true. It's just that part of our energy is, there's a lot of angst in there right now. So 10 of Pentacles in the house of Virgo. Oh, well, yeah, we had the armor in the house of Leo. So Leo is another fire sign. It's another, kind of like your ego. And you may want to just kind of lay low and not be super, we've got that Aries energy going on right now. It might be good not to try to dominate too much. Just kind of stay in your own lane and keep your protective gear on for this week, at least. Now, the place you're going to be able to do so much good energy is in health, daily habits, and in your work. Now, I'm not talking about your major life purpose, your life calling, but whatever you do to earn money this week is going to feel productive. So look, we've got productivity here. We've got some sort of financial, like hitting a stride at work this week, or feeling like you can see how things are going to build in a good way in your sort of day job work environment, or that you see a new day job work environment and you're already sort of being shown how to move in that direction. Now, this might not all happen this week, but you really get a sense of it this week. And we're looking into, I was talking about this summer, and sorry, I was talking about this energy of the solar eclipse that was till the end of May. Well, June, July, August, and September really feel like there's this building energy, like we get through that challenging frequency zone, or they're going like the photon belt or something. And by October, so September and October and November, wow, we have a real up level. Even actually, yeah, August into late August, September, and October is looking really, really positive for many of us. So, like seeing yourself going in that direction where whatever it is that you're working on with your um, income, resource, and your health. Wow, there can be so much up leveling in people's health this year. It's almost like if you can apply yourself with healthy habits till October, you may be healthier than you've been in over a decade. This could be the year. So, and it might be a great week to start that. The guides are saying you'll just have a kind of discipline and a kind of sort of grounded, practical energy about it that maybe you haven't felt in, like, yeah, I'm hearing like over a decade. Like we're being really drawing back into our past and pulling forward strength from our past, and also any strengths constitutionally in terms of being able to like work on health and healthy practices, the discipline to do that. We're even drawing on that from whatever strong ancestors we have. They're not all strong in discipline, but there are the odd one. And they're the ones that are going to be sort of coming and supporting us this week and showing us, yeah, stay on track. And by October, you could be a new person. Yeah. All right. So we have in the house of relationship, Libra. So, among other things, Libra is about our connections, our hearts, and this is a very, very sensitive, gentle hearted energy. Now, we've got this energy here in the house of Cancer, which, among other things, relates to our mothers. And this card, the Queen of Cups in Libra, is also, she can really strongly relate to our relationship with our mother. So this could be a week where, in a way, if you think about relationship, it's our first one for every one of us, right? Our very first relationship, we spent 9 months with that being that is our mother. Oof, getting the chills saying it. So we're going back to the source of the some of the most beautiful aspects of our relationship connections. We're all like, they're saying it's almost like the umbilical cord this week. We're also going back to the traumas, the places, any place where our relationships with our relationship with our mother is unhealthy or was unhealthy. This is showing up this week for everybody. For everybody. Isn't that interesting? Yeah, so whether your mother is still with us or on the other side, there could be some big revelations around your relationship with her. Wow. Okay. And then in Scorpio, we have the Maya illusion card, the 7 of Cups. Seven of Cups and Scorpio across from the Ace of Wands. Okay. Well, you know, it feels like we're stirring things up energetically. And again, this is, it's a lot of emotion. It's a lot of old stuff, is what I'm getting. Like from before we were 7 years old. So we're really almost doing like a deep dive back into our childhood. Um, and we're interestingly also getting that, a youthfulness coming back. So again, like I was saying, there's this health and vitality and this new energy of whatever you do now, whatever you have the discipline to do in terms of healthy lifestyle and habits is going to have so much more sustainability, so much more impact. Same with a kind of reclamation of parts of our childhood that didn't go so well. And yeah, now when you are going into these deep places, whether you're trying to do it or trying not to do it or just kind of going along with what's coming up, when we hit certain points, it's very tempting to go and self-medicate, right? Because it's like that is the stuff that we've been just sort of, keeping aside for a really long time. And so just acknowledge that there may be some temptations to even go back into old habits where you turn to things for comfort. And let's see what's on the other side of it with Sagittarius. Oh boy, look at this. We've got the King of Cups. Wow. We've got the King of Cups and the Queen of Cups with the Seven of Cups in between them. Oi. Emotions, everybody. Emotions. Energy in motion this week. If you can see this as temporary, and it's almost like squeeze the most out of this time. It's sort of like for all of us, and I mean, yes, it's this week. It's probably going to go on over these next few weeks to some degree, but this week, because it's just this new phase is just really starting, we're really going to feel it this week. And yeah, quite a lot of they're saying like the violins. It's going to feel very, very emotional. Let's see. Yeah, keep productive, stay busy, keep moving your energy. Know that this is the time for this. There's a time, a season for everything. And this is the season for this deep emotional process. Even the season over the next few weeks. This is it. Wow. Okay. Oh my gosh. Another cup card. The Ace of Cups up here in the house of Capricorn. Wow. I mean, this is a renewal emotionally. I'm kind of speechless. We got the Queen of Cups in the relationship house. Seven of Cups in Scorpio, which is a water sign, double water. So water sign and cups, which is emotion and water. The King of Cups in Sagittarius. So the adventure is having an emotional roller coaster. It might even be a really good week to like tease this out a bit and watch a sad movie or something that is going to make you cry, because it feels like it's the cleansing. It's a time of great cleansing. And then get back to being productive. Try not to think too much. Do your healthy practices. Keep your armor on and take the high road. Know that this is everything you do this month, the next few weeks is going to be so much more carries so much more weight than it ever has before. Okay. I'm going to take a little pause. Bring us over here again. Let me just go back to this. Yay. Um, bring you back to reminding you about, let's see, what have I got here for the halftime? I've got the Beginner's Guide to Astrocartography Workshop with Meg, which is 10% off right now. And it is so $31.50 US dollars. This is a really interesting course, in-depth astrological breakdown, personal sign readings. There's a live on April 13th with Meg and a replay access to the workshop. So if you don't know what astrocartography is, I will tell you what I know about it. It relates to how, when you were born, there were certain planetary configurations that make it so that parts of the world, different locations on the planet, are ideal for you for all a variety of different reasons, and other places are maybe not so ideal for you, and there's reasons for those things. So it kind of divides up the planet in latitude and longitude lines and indicates locations that are more ideal and less ideal. Now, obviously, if you are looking to relocate, this is super fantastic. It's also great if you are looking to travel. And believe it or not, each of those locations that are indicated from the time that you were born, it actually shows what that specific location would be good for. So it's not just like, oh, this is good or not good. It's like, if you want to have this experience, there's even things like, if you want to find love, this is the most likely place on the planet where you would find a fantastic relationship. Like, meaning you could travel there and meet someone that's also traveling there, or you might meet someone that's from there. Anyway, it's very cool and interesting, and I'm super excited that Meg is doing this workshop. And over here, let's have a look. We have the Beyond Mystic Conference replay. Woohoo! I can't wait to sit down and rewatch this. It's just like, it went by so quickly. It was so incredible, but it's almost like a blur in my memory, and I would love to go back and rewatch. For those of you that haven't had the great pleasure of exploring all this fascinating content, I highly recommend it. So here you go. It's on half price, $49.50 US dollars. Super worth it. There is all the speakers, all the events. Fantastic. Yeah, so let's finish up this wheel, and let's get some support for this Nine of Swords and the Seven of Cups. Right now, they're the only two that are looking a little bit like concerning. Oh my God, there we go. Yeah, isn't it? Jenny's saying that's a steal. It definitely is. Okay. So yeah, looking at ways we can support Scorpio, which is kind of like death and rebirth. And well, both of those things are a little bit challenging to go through. So emotionally, wow. I want to say that I'm not seeing cards that are like necessarily looking, like really painful. I mean, yeah, this is anxiety producing, this Nine of Swords. But again, we call this card static. It's not real. There's nothing much underneath it, right? So it's like, if you're having a frustrating energy in your home, if you're upset about your home in general and feeling like, yuck, I'm not happy, or, your partner or family, friend, whatever, whoever you share your home with, if there's angst in the air, again, with this Nine of Swords, there's nothing really much under it. It's surface static, surface noise. So don't go starting to make a big deal about it, because with all this emotion flying around, it's going to be easy to go point those fingers and go, it's that, it's you, it's this, it's right? I feel really upset and it's that. And of course, there's that great analogy when you point your finger out, there's three fingers pointing back at you. So it's like, no, this is inside us, and this is collectively a shared experience. So guess what? That person is probably also pointing at you and going, you're the problem. And so we all want to just take, a bit of a chill pill this week and be like, we're all emotional, and let's not make too much of this. Okay. And we can see this in the outer world as well. On the, political stage, we can see the same thing. Emotions running high, a lot of static around, we can call home country. People, everybody wants to move somewhere else. Everybody doesn't like where they are. They don't like their government. There's a lot of unrest in this home base or root chakra. So look what's in the highest chakra, the blessing and a new beginning. So we so far have two aces in this little spread. We got the Ace of Wands in Taurus, and we got the Ace of Cups in Capricorn, both in earth signs. So you're going to get a lot of mileage this week, staying grounded, stay in your body, stay in the material reality, make yourself good food, practice healthy diet, lifestyle habits, get outside and ground to the earth, because that's where you're going to feel reprieve and that sense of, oh no, we're not lost. We're actually found. We're not lost, we're found. Okay, now Aquarius, lots of messages, lots of stuff going around. I kind of sometimes see this, I see this house, Aquarius, as being like also the internet and social media. And this is a very much it's the messenger card. It can relate to emails and messages and so on. So there's a lot of, again, static in the airways and a lot of messages flying around and a lot of hooks to catch yourself on. So knowing that the emotions are running high, it could be very pragmatic to not bite the hook this week. And get into sort of, I want to say, like sort of get into too much attachment to what people are saying in social media. It feels very, again, almost like these jabs, like people are just, everyone is feeling this. And it's not super intense. It's not the Knight of Swords. It's the little Page of Swords, but it's still that, just that almost like passive aggressive little niggly thing that gets under your skin. So again, let it go. Let it go. Don't make a big deal about it this week. And our last card in the House of Pisces, Pisces, the deep subconscious, we've got energy moving. So we've just moved out of the sun sign of Pisces into the sign of Aries, which is fire. So we've come out of water into fire. But look at all of this. We still have all these planets in Pisces. So it's very, again, Meg and I talked about this, Charlene and I talked about it. It's very contrasting. It's like, a huge part of your energy is like, I want to go do everything. And I'm fired up. I want to get healthy. I want to do this. I want to do that. I want to make changes. And then another part of you is like, or I just want to stay home and cry. It's very dramatically almost opposite. So balancing between that water and fire. And, my younger daughter is right on the cusp between Aries and Pisces, just like Jean-Claude. They have the same birthday. And all through her childhood, I would watch her struggling with that. I would watch her struggling with this very fiery, like, kind of almost aggressive, assertive, uh, very masculine almost energy. And then this super, super sensitive, watery, emotionally empathic, almost very vulnerable part. And they would just go back and forth and back and forth. And what I used to say to her when she was, like 6, 7, 8 years old is I used to say, don't let your water put out your fire. Let your fire warm your water. So if you can utilize that, because look at all the fire we have over here this week, like dynamic fire energy coming in, but all the water. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cups, right? Out of 12, we've got 5 cups. A lot of emotion. And that could easily douse your fire this week. So use the fire to like warm that water up a little bit, right? Just be like, energize the water. Yeah. Aw, thank you, Jenny. The beginning and the ending of this week is fire. Thank you, Digibean. Yeah. Uh-huh. Thank you for that. Okay. And our final, whoa. Just in case we didn't get the message about this thinking thing, about the static. Yeah, it's like lay down the swords this week. Lay down the swords, whatever the swords are. If it's too much information, lay it down. If it's picking a fight, lay it down. If it's, biting the hook of someone else that's trying to pick a fight, lay it down. If it's anxiety and static in the air, lay it down. It's just like, again, I don't mind. Right now, I got work to do and I don't mind. It's like, I'll mind another time, but not this week. Like, I'm not trying to say, don't ever take anything personally again. And like, don't ever bite a hook or get mad or fight back or make big boundaries or whatever it is. I'm just saying this week, let it go. Lay the sword down. And you might find yourself several times this week going, oh my God, I want to pick the sword up. No, I'm putting it down. Oh my God. Oh no, I'm putting it down. You'll be happy that you did so by the end of this week. You will be much happier because of it. Yeah. Wow. Yep. So many swords, right? So many swords. Don't make a big deal about it this week. Again, I'm not saying you always have to be neutral and lay the sword down. There's going to be a time to pick that sword up. Okay. I'm not trying to say this is how we should live always. I mean, we could probably all learn to get a little bit more like this. But this week, it is not going to do you any favors to hook into that. And it's post, it's post so many things, right? Post-election, post-conference, post-solar eclipse. It's just, post the equinox, like we're in the aftermath of so much. And I love that there's 2 aces, new beginnings in our finances, new beginnings on how we look at our money situation, what we're going to do with our money, where we're going to put it, and new beginnings in our overall feeling of self-actualization, like we're on the right track, like we are meant to be here. We have a purpose. You're going to start to feel that this week if you can let these feelings flow and not get into the static stuff, right? Lay it down. Oh, I guess I needed to hear all this too. And thank you, everybody. Thank you. Yeah, right. Post post pandemic, post we're in the aftermath of so much. Oh, thank you, Tarot by Lupo. Yeah. And the darkest times bring the brightest times. Now, interesting point there, Jerry, because just have a gander at this spread for a minute, everybody. There's not a whole lot of darkness there. There is a lot of light, bright, right? Light, 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 light. Even this is mostly light, except for this dark figure that's looking overwhelmed by all the feelings. Light, 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 light. It's really these two. And they are both about too much thinking, too much, like too much in our heads, and too easily pulled out of gear by the news, the static energy, that frequency, feeling anxious and frustrated by other people, by our home, by some of our relationships. So we know what to be aware of this week. We know what to watch out for. And we also know what to open our arms to, because look at this. This is the subconscious. This is that Piscean energy. So for most of you, if you just tune in and listen, your soul is already there. Your soul is already past all this sword business. Your soul is already re-energizing, going into renewal, seeing the big picture, feeling all this new energy. Take a moment, pause, go within, and you're going to notice, yeah, that's on the outside. That's just old stories, old habits. If you tune in, you're going to feel health, more health and vitality, more of a sense of purpose around your finances, safe enough to let your feelings come up, to do some work healing around your childhood and your relationship with your mother. Yeah, why not? Why not? Because this is the time for it. Thank you, everyone. It's been an absolute delight, as always, to share with all of you. And before we sign off for the day, I'm just going to, of course, bring you back to these, the replay from the conference at half price. And you can find me for a 1-hour session. This is a private one-on-one session virtually over Zoom. I record these so you can watch this, the recording over and over again. And as always, please remember to follow us. If you don't already, you can find us over here on the Beyond Mystic Rumble channel, where we have all these amazing shows coming up. And the Beyond Mystic YouTube channel right here. Yay. Love it. Have a beautiful week, everyone. I look forward to seeing you. I will see you on Tuesday with Meg at the As Above, So Below. And I will see you on Friday with Penny Kelly at the Intuition Fridays. Have a lovely week. Blessings to all. Bye for now.